Hello Stampers, it's Janet Ayala all over again. I am back. I was trying to make some new cards. I was thinking of a new technique to do those scrappy strips, but making them in a new way with some watercoloring. So I made some cards using this technique already, and I'm going to make one with you here on the phone, on the online with you right now. Okay, I am going to use these three colors. I'm thinking I'm going to use these three colors. I'm not sure. The other one I made was not with these colors. I'm trying to do a different set of colors to see how it would turn out. But basically the technique is going to be on a watercolor paper. So I have a piece of watercolor paper here, and this piece is 4 this way is 4 inches, and then this way is the regular. I didn't even cut the end of it. This one is 6 inches. Okay, so I just basically left it like this, and this gave me 2 cards when I did the other one. I will show you that one in a little bit once I'm finished. But let's get started. I'm going to use a C block like I have here, and then I'm going to be doing the C block with my spritzer and the inker. So let me get this out of the way. I'm going to use Rococo Rose. This is my first color. So basically I'm just putting the C block right on there, straight on there, and then I'm going to be spritzing it with some, this is basically just, this is water. I know some people use alcohol. I just have water on here, so you could use either one. I think the alcohol dries faster. This one doesn't dry as fast. Ooh, this is dripping. Let's get all those drippies out, and then we're going to put it on there just like so. And it's going to have different patches on your paper, but that's okay. This is part of watercoloring technique. Okay, so that's my first one. Then I'm going to patch it again in there and spritz it again. And I'm going to do an alternate pattern here using the same. I think I'm putting a little bit too much water in here, so it makes it to drip. And then I'm going to do the bottom part here like so. This is how I did that last one. And then the same thing, put it on in there, and put some spritzer on top. And then I'm going to flip it over and just stamp. So I'm just doing 3 patches of this. Okay, so it's just gonna look like this. It's not gonna look like much of anything right now. But once we get it going, you'll see what turns out. Okay, so then I'm going to close the Rococo Rose, and I'm going to use some mint macaron, and we're doing the same thing. So I'm going to clean this one with my Stampin' cleaner, my SHAMMY. Sorry. Just wipe it in there and clean it. Okay, and then I'm going to go back on here and do the other side with the mint macaron. And you can do it however you want. You can do a strip of Rococo Rose, mint macaron, Rococo Rose, whichever combination you want. I'm just doing it this way, just to give it a little alternate patterns there. You could also just put it like so. You don't even have to spritz it. By the way, my printer just, I ordered some ink for my printer, and I cannot find it. It's gone. It's disappeared. Gone. And I'm not going to stress over it. It's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Be all stressed out and get a heart attack, or get anxiety or some crazy stuff. So I'm just going to leave it. I just wrote my stuff on here with my pen. So that is my code for this month. Sorry, and this, I just had to write October. When I get my printer ink on there, I will replace it. But for now, it's gonna look like that. This is my blog here, the Instagram. I blog at the Car Loft, and if you want to go see some more of my creations, you can go there, become my friend as well. Okay, so here, oh no, we have a little patch here. Okay, and then I'm going to use some crumb cake. I was thinking of using crumb cake, but I'm not sure. So that is just, I can do, okay, let me do another patch of this one. A little corner here. And I'm not even gonna ink this. Okay, there. And then I'm gonna do another one of, maybe I could use, I could do this one in the corner. Let's see how that will look. You could just do any, let me clean this because it's full. So you go ahead and do whatever it is that you would like to do. I'm going to do this one, a little edge here, just a little edge light on there. And then I'm gonna spritz it. Just something different. The other one, I only had 2 colors. This one, adding this third one. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. Turns out good. Okay, and then I'm going to spritz it. That's just a little bit too much. You get too much in here. And then we spritz, and now we have our card. It looks like this. Okay. Then we are going to put our cutter, paper cutter. Once it dries a little bit better, we use our paper cutter. I think this is pretty dry, but I just finished that other side and it's a little bit still wet. So we can wait on that one. Let's see if we can, but this is watercolor paper, so it should be able to absorb that ink. And you can also blow dry it. Let me blow dry it with my blower here, so it dries faster. Once you dry it, then you're like, I'm able to cut it. But this is going to be our strips. I'm going to make our strips out of this paper, basically. Okay, I think that's good. You got it dried. Okay. So now I'm going to get my cutter. Let's get this paper out of the way. Get my cutter. And I'm going to cut this way. So our strips are going to be whichever sizes you want. The Scrappy Strips is whatever strips you have that you want to cut, however angles you want. They can be like triangles, they can be like straight lines, they can be anything that you like to be. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do some at an angle, and then I'm gonna do some straight, and just alternate the designs here. And then we'll have our strips ready to go for our card. So these are going to be, my mom just got here, so she's downstairs making noise. I just told her I'm doing a video. Anywho, if you hear some noise in the background, it's my mother. She came from shopping and she's hungry, and so she's in the kitchen banging some pots and pans to try to get some food. So excuse us. All right, so then I'm gonna just keep doing, I'm gonna go at an angle for this one just because I can, and then do a little bit of an angle here, and you press down when you get to that last one because you're not going to be able to hold it. So I just kind of Okay, so now we have our strips. Okay, so it should look something like this. And I was able to make 2 cards out of these strips, guys. Let me show you what I did. So here's my strips. I'm going to use mint macaron for my card background. And so we're going to glue these like this, back and forth, okay? And then I'm going to have some leftovers, and that's what I use for my extras, which made a smaller card, but a smaller background, but it still worked. And it made it look like a Scrappy Strips in the middle of the Scrappy Strips in the middle of the card. Okay, so I got over a little bit, so there we go. I need to get me some paper to cover my work area here. Part of making cards, isn't it? You have all kinds of stuff happening. Okay, so let's get all these goodies out of the way. Here we go. Okay, so here is my background, and I'm going to alternate these now. So I will have some that have it here and some that have it in the other side. Okay, so I'm not going to put pink next to pink, basically. On these, I'm just going to have contrasty colors next to each other. And I just put, this must be the one that is running out of glue. Are ready to go. We're all finished. And now what we're doing is we're cutting the strips. Okay, so I turn them around and I get one of the old scissors that are not very fancy, and I cut these ends off. All of these ends will make another card if you want to. You don't have to, but I like to use up all my paper. I put my paper to use every single time. And so I have a little strip like this of white, Whisper White. And what I do is I put them on here to make a center, like so. I will put them on here like this, all across. And make another little smaller scrappy strip, so we could do that with the smaller. I am all about using paper. I am a tree hugger. When I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I was like, oh no, so much paper, and I don't want to waste paper. And I'm an outdoor school teacher, so I like the outdoors, and I like to preserve. And becoming a demonstrator was like, hey, you're over there using up all the paper and burning down all and tearing down all the trees. So it was kind of weird, but I like paper crafting, so it's just what I have to do, I guess. I just want to make sure that when I do use the paper, I don't waste. So that's my philosophy. If I am going to use the paper, don't waste any piece or part of it. And so I use to the last drip, the last piece of paper. And then I don't feel as bad. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make any sense to you, but it's just how I've justified it, I guess. All right, so we're putting these here. Same thing here. And this is 2 inches. This is 2 inches, and then I'll just go the length that I have enough of these. I just do a length of whatever length I have of these. That's what I do. So I guess it's 2 inches that's left off at the end that you could use. 2 inches, and I just put them here, alternate them, the green and the pink, however you can get them on here, and then we'll trim it off. Okay, there we go. I think this is the last one. This one I will put inside of the card, so that one should be okay. And that was the last part that I had there, so I should be good. So this is our little strips that we put down to make the other side of the card. And then I just go straight here and chop. Okay, so this we can use in a card. And I'm going to show you what I did in the other one. So what I'm doing is I'm using crumb cake on the background here. So I'll use crumb cake here on the background to get that lined up. I'm going to use a little bit of the white. This is the stuff that came with our paper pumpkin this month. We had some white thread, and it has gotten so tangled up because I couldn't even find the end. When I first got it, I couldn't find the end of it. So I was guessing where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to do. And yeah, so I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to do a little strip here. Sorry, I think I have this backwards. There we go. I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to go around once, around. Now I'm stuck. I really need to get this detangled. But these are my chronicles. Chronicles of my twine. So I'm going to be finished here anyways. So we'll pull on it until it's what you need, and then we are going to tap it down and chop it. Cut it right there. Okay? So that's the back of our card. Got a crisscross in the front. And then we'll put that on top of here. I guess you could have used this one as the linen thread as well. Okay, so I'm going to use some Tombow glue on the back of this one. I don't really use the Stampin' Seal much. I just use it for like what I just did to hold on my things, like a piece of tape in the background or something. Now I need to turn this thing around because it is sticking. I'm gonna fold it. It has glue on there, so I hate when my stuff is sticking down. So I just turn it around and just kind of press down on it so it'll burnish it in place. Okay, so that's the front of my card. And then I use this stamp set called Tasteful Touches. And I'm using the flower here. I got sticky stuff all over my fingers. Okay, and so I'm going to use the rectangular stitch framelits. I'm gonna make a label. Let's see if I can use this one. Make a label, probably like so. Put a flower there. Okay, so that's gonna be with a little strip here. Could probably use the same strip I was using earlier. Anyways, I'm gonna go die cut this one. So here is my piece. Put that here, like so. And then, let me see if I could put something else in the background. Yeah, I could probably put a little bit of MACARON paper. Or a little piece of crumb cake too. Either one would work. So this is the other one. So we could do this, overlay it, and then do that. That would look a little bit better, right? So let's get the right center in here. I usually need a lot of birthday cards. I usually need a lot of Get Well cards. I wish I had that Get Well. I'm going to be getting a Get Well one from Stampin' Up. This one, Peaceful Moments, has a lot of nice sentiments. Thinking of you with all my heart. That's nice. Maybe I'll do that. Thinking of you with all my heart. It's this one. I'm going to try to get it off with my... Because once you put the little stickers on the back, they really stick, guys. These really stick down. So I try to... Okay, so I'm going to use mint macaron. Or maybe I use crumb cake. I'll use crumb cake for my label. I'll use this one. Got things all over the place here. Let's see. Let's get it off of here. I think my other one turned out better. I like the other color combination. I'm going to put it to the side a little bit so that I can put my flower on here. And this crumb cake is dying, so let's try to get some more ink on here. I need to like re-ink this thing. Feels like it's to the last drop. Okay, let's try it again. So we press down. I don't know, it's kind of like dying on me. I need to get some re-inker on there. So I'm going to glue this one to this one. for a layer. Okay, press it down the other way so you can burnish it. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one on dimensionals. And my dimensionals, I usually use half of them. So I'll use a half in this corner, a half in this corner. So always trying to be as economical as I can and prudent. I am very much so. Watching where everything goes. Okay, so that's for these. I have 5 of these. I had a friend who used to do the dimensionals with cardboard. I don't know if any of you guys ever have done cardboard for dimensionals when you were first starting to stamp. But she uses cardboard. I was like, what? That's pretty original. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting this thing about putting this string in the back of all my cards lately. But I think it looks cute. I just like the look of it. Okay, and then we're gonna put a little flower on here. I was thinking maybe I could use some of the elements. I don't know if they look good or not, but I can put some in the background here, see how I like it. What do you think? Does it look good? I like it. I think it looks cute. So I'll do that. I'll put some glue on this one. This little guy. Put some glue on you right there. Okay. Then I'm going to put some glue on the back of these. I think I was using the back side. So there we go. A little glue on the back of that one. And a little glue on the back of the other one. Hold it down until you get some glue there. I think maybe some people use the other dimensionals on there, but that's my leaves. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna put a white cardstock inside for the inside. We don't want the inside to look blah. Oh, this is cream. Let's get a white. Do I have any whites? Yeah, this is a white one. I'm gonna put this white one on the inside and put some glue on it first. And then we're going to put it inside. I should have put the strip in there first, but anyways, I'll put it on now. Okay, so we got this. And then we're gonna put some my last strip. Okay, so I'm gonna put some glue on the back here. I'm gonna put the glue on here since I've already taped glued the strip down. So I'm gonna put it on this, and then I'm going to cut the end off. So we're doing that and that. And then this end we'll just cut off here at the tip. Okay, that's it. And our card is finished. Ta-da! I like it. It's not really the colors, the perfect colors, but I think the other one had the best colors. So I had this one. We just made it today. And then I have this one. This one. And this one I can put on a white card. Have a white card. Then we can get some ROCOCO rose maybe in the background. We're gonna cut a strip for our card base. Maybe I should have a ROCOCO rose card base. Let's try that. I'm just making this while I have you here, guys. I have not planned any of this. We're gonna go 5.5 by 4.25. Emboss it. Okay, so we have our card here. then we can do the inside of our card in white. I have a piece of white here. Some glue here for the inside. And then that's the inside. Then for the outside, I can do mint macaron out here. I'm going to use my bone folder. Mint macaron. I can do 5. Or should I use crumb cake? Let's use crumb cake for the other layer. So I'm going to do 4. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 5 1/4 this way. So this way. 5 1/4 this way. By 4. Stopping there. By 4. I need to change my my blade so that I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I don't do it. But I've had this blade since I bought this trimmer, which was when it first came out. I don't remember when it first came out, and I have not changed it since then. So this lasts longer than the last one, the last trimmer that we had. This one lasts a whole lot longer. These blades are pretty sharp, but I do need to change my blades because sometimes it comes out shitty. Okay, so I'm going to do some embossing on this one with an embossing folder. And I'm going to use this diamond one. It's called Dainty Diamonds. Okay, so Dainty Diamonds can go here, and then this can go on top, and I can put crumb cake as a different color. Okay, so because this paper is not any size of any kind of die, I'm gonna have to measure it, and then I'm gonna have to cut it to that size. So let's see what size it is first. Let's see, I know it's 2, so we can go 2 1/4 by, this one is 5 and 1 2 3 4 5/8. So you can go 7/8. No, I mean 4 and 7/8. Okay, so let's do 4 and 7/8 by 4 and 7/8 by 7/8 right there. By 2 1/4 right there. I'll come down here. 2 1/4 right there. So this piece will fit beneath that one to do a little matting on our paper. Right there, right there, and right there. Okay. So let's glue this one down. Okay, and then we can get a little label to go in the inside. I have the labels from the Tasteful Touches. This one in Good Taste, Tasteful Labels. It's a Tasteful Labels. And I could probably use one of these on here. Let me see. This one is the one I used on my last one. Or I can use this one. Yeah, let's use that one. So I don't use the same kind of label. These are all in a mess here, guys. I don't have them in any order. Just laying here, doing their thing, looking crazy. Okay. So I'm gonna do a label on this, and I'm gonna do the label maybe in white. Let's do it in white. Okay. So this will be our label here. And let's see, I can do happy birthday. Yep, I have this happy birthday one from Peaceful Moments. This one is pretty versatile stamp set. It has congratulations, it has thank you, sympathy, birthday. It has a few of the main sentiments that we use. So I think it would be a good stamp set to get, like a starter stamp set that would help you. So let's get crumb cake. And remember, I have to use crumb cake. I have to ink it, so I gotta like make sure that I get a lot of the inks from the corners. Okay, so hopefully I got that. Let's go in the center here and stamp. I'll leave it there for a minute while I close this one. And then there we go. So we can put this one on top of here. With a little bow. Let me clean this one. Clean you up. Let's see. Put this over there. Let me clean this up. And this could be any colors that you want to combine. I usually want, when you're doing this kind of watercoloring, you want to make sure you use light colors most of the time, because that's going to help you with your tones, your color tones. I'm going to try to see if I can use a flower. Maybe I have one already made in here that I could use. I know I had the stamp set somewhere, and I usually like to save my extras inside the actual stamp set instead of putting them in a box where I can't find them later. So I might have some inside here that I could use. I don't know if I could use these or not, but I'm gonna look. Here, I got a Rococo Rose. Yeah. There we go. Rococo Rose. And do I have another Rococo Rose here? I don't think so. Oh yeah. No. I have this little stem. Could probably put it underneath like that. Or maybe this one. No, that's not gonna work. So I'm just using the ones I had here, guys. I'm just gonna put one little flower there because that's all I have in this set here. One little flower. So I'm gonna put this on here first, and then I'm gonna attach it to the label. So let's put you over here. Oops, everything just tumbled down. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put some glue on this one. Okay, let me get my lighting on here because it's kind of dim here. There we go. Is that better? I think that's better. Yes. I got my lighting back. So we put this here. This is a little piece I had cut off something. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this one. Small dimensional. Put it on the back. And then I'm going to put it on the top here. Like so. And then this one, I'm going to put some glue on the back and glue it to the card. And we should be good. On there, like so. You could put a bow on here if you wanted to as well. But basically, that's your little card right there, guys. Put it up a little bit. And then we have the inside ready to go. So we have this card done. And we just did this one. We got 2 cards out of that piece of, and nothing was wasted from our cards. And then I also made 2 cards using, this one has Granny Apple Green and Seaside. So I made this card first with the same philosophy I got on the Scrappy Strips, and I made them the same way like I did this, but I only used 2 colors in this one. I had Seaside, what is it called? The Seaside color? I don't even know the name now. Seaside Mist or something Seaside. Yeah, anyways, I used the Seaside color. And then I used Granny Apple Green. Okay, so those are the 2 colors I used here. And then I used the flowers from the Timeless Tropical. I used this flower here from there. And then I used the thank you from this one. You can use any labels you want, any sentiments you want. I use this label, but you can use any label. I think this label is, if you have it, you could use it, but this label is expired, I believe. And then I used some of the enamel dots from the In Colors. I used the bumblebee, these 2, for the center of my flower. And I used the string from our paper pumpkin, again, in the background, if you can see that. And then on the inside, I had a little strips left, and I used them inside with another flower there. So that was another card that I made with that same technique. And then I had another strip left, and I used it on the back of the envelope, on the front of the envelope. So that's one set. And then the other one I had the same strip, but this one is a little longer. This one didn't make it as long. And so this strip, I only had this long. So what I did is I used a die cut, and I die cut half of the, for this back one here, I die cut half of the paper, Seaside, I forget, is it Mist? Maybe Seaside Mist. I die cut half of it, and then I run the other half, so I'll have a long enough strip to make the background for this. And then for the die cut, for the embossing here, I used, oh, here it is. It's hammered metal. So that's what I have here in the background. And then you have the label from the Tasteful labels. I got the ribbon from our catalog. I think it's a metallic ribbon. This one is so pretty. I love this color. But I think it's the color of that Seaside color, or close to it. So that's what I use for the bow here. And then these flowers are from, you recognize them? They're from our paper pumpkin. And that's it. I didn't do anything on the inside of this one. That was the second card. So those are my 4 cards I've created with using that watercolor technique that you just saw. I made an extra 2 cards using our paper pumpkin this month, and I did this one here. I used the paper and I just kind of put a whole bunch of Stampin' Seal in the back so it'll press down every piece. And then I cut the label out from our Stitch So Sweetly, this one here. And then I punched it. I did a sentiment from the Harvest. What was that? Harvest, the Country Home. That's the Country Home stamp label, sentiment, and then some other leaves. And there goes the string again. I put it all around again. And then I did this. I used the actual Country Home to make this one, and I used this sentiment on that one, and it's the same thing on crumb cake. This one's on white, this one's on crumb cake. And I just basically color that and put this one on dimensionals, and this one is flat on. This is just a piece of piece of rectangle piece, and then that's it. So I made those 2 cards with more paper pumpkin. I keep making cards with paper pumpkin, so I'll just keep showing them as I do them. All right, thank you for coming by. And again, this is my blog, instagram.com/thecardloft/. Come check me out there. I will post these over there in a little bit. And if you will need to reach out to me, my information is there. You can send me a message. This is my host code. Like I said earlier, I was not able to print it. My printer's acting up, so I just wrote it. But I will get this figured out for October. If you would like to place an order, you can place an order for any of these products that I have displayed here. Most of the things I've displayed here, they are still in my store that you can still purchase. The only thing you cannot purchase is the little flowers here, because they came with the paper pumpkin. Unless you have the paper pumpkin, then you can have access to those. Anything else that I can? Oh yes, this label is no longer available. They have a different one that you could probably use, or you can use any label that you have. That'll work. Okay. This card has Seaside on the background, and then the watercolor sheets on the front. All right, I hope you like my technique, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.